of the biggest questions you could ever ask yourself is, do I love Jesus? And I'm sure you all have answered this question with, well, of course. Let's go to John chapter 14, verse 15, where Jesus says, if you love me, keep my commandments. I'm sure you're thinking, well, I don't not keep the commandments. Let's take a look at them real quick. Most of us can honestly say, I don't murder, I don't commit adultery, I don't steal, I don't bear false witness, I don't covet, I honor my father and my mother, I don't take the name of the Lord in vain, I don't make idols, I don't have other gods before God. But what about the fourth commandment? Is there something we've been missing? Let's establish what and when is the Sabbath. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. If we look on a calendar, we can see that Saturday is the seventh day of the week. So the next question we need to ask is, did the Sabbath exist even before God gave the 10 Commandments? Let's look in Genesis 2:3 for our answer. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he had rested from all his work which God had created and made. Did Jesus ever tell us to not keep the commandments of God? Let's go take a look in Matthew chapter 5, verses 17 to 19. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be great in the kingdom of heaven. Well, what about after? What were they doing after Jesus died? Were they still keeping the 10 Commandments? Let's check out a verse in Luke that shows what happened literally right after he died. Luke 23:56, and they returned and prepared spices and ointments, and rested the Sabbath day, according to the commandment. And in Hebrews 4:9 we're told, there remains therefore a rest to the people of God. And as you can see on the screen, I put the word rest in Strong's Concordance, and it shows that the word means Sabbath. So what's the big deal? What's the reason for the Sabbath? Well, it said God designed the Sabbath for two main reasons. One of them is to commemorate creation, and the other is for a sign of our salvation. It says, for in 6 days the Lord made the heaven and the earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. And in Ezekiel 20:12 it says, I gave them my Sabbath as a sign between us, so they would know that I, the Lord, made them holy. The Hebrew word Sabbath literally means to cease. Just as God rested from his creation work, we are to rest from our day-to-day occupations and refocus on what's really important. It's God's seal or mark on us. I don't know about you all, but God has sanctified this day as holy and commanded us to set it apart and set aside our daily stresses to rest in him. And since I love God and believe he has my best interests at heart, I want to obey him. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. There are links below if you want to learn more about this subject. Thanks.